In Myanmar, what's the military like?
Oh, so I am gonna briefly describe what's going on in Myanmar right now.
Be my guest.
2 years ago, 2021,
Hmm.
February 1st, the military took over like Myanmar, like detained our leader, Dawn San Suu Kyi, and then
What do you mean when you say detained?
detained. So they literally kidnapped them, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
So now the military is in charge of the country?
Yes.
Damn.
So
Okay.
what happened was it's because like they say that they cheated on the what's that again?
Voting?
Voting system. Yeah,
Yeah.
they cheated. They cheated on that party. Cheated on the voting system.
Okay.
But I don't think that's the case because like you cannot cheat on voting systems, and the voting thing
I
is
mean,
like
you
so.
can if you find a way.
But the thing is like it's so far apart.
Okay.
The results are really far apart
Mm-hmm.
because like a lot of people like Dawn San Suu Kyi and how she's doing,
Mm-hmm.
how she's like controlling the country. So a lot of people voted for that,
Mm-hmm.
and then from what I like personally see,
Mm-hmm.
me and my from my community, a lot of people are like voted for her.
Yeah.
I've seen like 2 or 3 people around me like voted for the military government.
Okay.
So
So that's
for
like
that
an
party,
official
yeah,
party
yeah,
to vote
official
for.
party for to vote for.
Okay.
And then they were saying they cheated on the voting system,
Okay.
so they detained her and put her in prison just like that. They sued her.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, and then they're like they didn't give her a right to parole or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give her the right to like doing that. They just took her away just like that.
Okay, so no trial, nothing. They were
No,
just like, you're
not
guilty,
yet.
you're going away.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it was like they did that, and then they cut off all the internet that day on February 1st. I woke up thinking, why is my phone not working? Like, why am I not
But they cut
receiving
the internet off?
internet off? They
So-
cut the internet off, the phone services off, like everything. There's no service that day.
So just for the day?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, it wasn't for a day. It was like 3 days.
Okay.
There's
But now it's working again?
now it's working again,
Okay.
but it's limited. It was limited until like last year. Like I remember using my phone from like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
After 8 p.m., there's no internet service or phone service at all.
Okay. But what was like the reason for that? To like control the people?
Yeah, I think so. I think for so that the information would not leak to the other countries.
Okay.
But eventually, what they were thinking is like it's gonna leak.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna open it again as soon as it's open.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that's how dumb they are. I don't know how they're controlling the country right now.
Okay. But so right now, is it still restricted? Like some pages you can't access?
No, right now everything's. Oh yeah, it's still restricted. So we
Mhm.
cannot use Facebook in Myanmar right now. So if you want to go to Facebook or Instagram, you have to use a VPN.
VPN, yeah.
So I don't like. I still don't get why they did that.
Yeah.
And also that reason they like because the same thing happened back in 1988,
Okay.
and then Dawn San Suu Kyi got the democracy back
Okay.
like after fighting for like a whole year. Like
Mhm.
she got that back, and there was voting rights again.
Mhm.
And then this year they said she cheated, and then they detained her again.
Again.
Yeah.
So that happened twice.
Yes.
Okay. And now, like, what's how long is she gonna be detained? Is that known?
They said it's gonna be. I'm not sure, but I think they said like after 3 years they're gonna give the they're gonna do a voting again, but then her party is not gonna be included anymore. It's like
Okay. So she's not gonna get it.
Yeah, they banned the party at.
Yeah.
But then, and I don't think she's gonna be released sooner or later.
Mhm.
They never said when she's gonna be released.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Okay. So if we come back to like
Mhm.
the original question
Topic.
of, like,
Yeah, I can go on for days with that.
No, I mean it's interesting. It's crazy
Exactly.
the situation. But although I do have a follow up question with that. So how is it now to walk down the streets of Myanmar? Do you have like a lot of military around?
There are a lot of like soldiers going around
Mm-hmm.
the city.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, one time I have a story with that.
Please.
So one time that was after a little after the detaining, the coup.
Mhm.
That was little after they started that, and I was down the street. I was like driving,
Mhm.
and then so they check our phones. Like for example, on the street, I was stopped by a group of military people,
Really?
a group
Okay.
of soldiers, and then they were like, "Give me your phones." I'm like, "Why?" And then they were
Mhm.
like, "Give me your phones. I'm gonna check."
Okay.
And they went on our phones because I've heard of that. I've heard that they already checked. So
Mhm.
like,
But
they're
what are they looking
basically
for?
for the photos of you protesting.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because a lot of people go on streets to protest because of
Yeah.
that thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And we have to hide all the photos when we go out. So there was this one time where they check your phones when you go out just to make sure that if you are like protesting, if you're one of the protesters, you're
Mhm.
gonna go to jail.
Really?
They have no like
No tolerance.
yeah.
Straight away jail.
Yep. They put you in a car, straight to
Yeah.
jail.
And how long? Do you know?
At least 2 years.
2 years for
Yeah.
protesting
Uh-huh.
against anything, or if it's strictly against like the government.
Against anything. Like by that at that time, protesting, any point, no.
Equals jail.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like we were checked. So back to my story. We were checked.
Oh, yeah.
I was in the car. They were like, everyone got down, and then I was with three other people, and then we went down from the car, and then they checked our phones. There was nothing,
Mhm.
and then my brother, because I know that was going on, so like we hid everything before going out. So my brother has photos of protesting, and not us, but no, not him, but us. The photos were
Oh,
of
that's
us
even dumber.
protesting.
Okay.
So like basically we're all like see. So they were like, we're gonna take you to the prison and all that. And I'm like, please don't, please don't. And then thing is that they have no rules. Like
Mhm.
everything is in their mouth. They can say anything. They can do anything. Like for example, if you pay them, you can go.
Oh,
Like
so
that.
you can bribe them.
Yes, exactly. So thing is, we were like, and that was in the end of the day. So they're basically going back, and they don't
Yeah.
want to do more work.
Yeah.
So we
they're
were
like,
like,
yeah, fuck
yeah,
it.
yeah. We were like, we're so sorry. It was just a trend. We didn't really mean it. We bribed them. We had to because
Yeah.
we're gonna go to jail.
Yeah, of course.
So we were just like, it was just a trend. We just wanted to be in the trend. That's why we went for one day, and all that was from one day.
Mhm.
So at the end, like they let us go for some reasons.
Okay.
It's probably they don't want to work. That's why.
Yeah. But when you bribe them, like how much money do you need to get them to leave you alone?
Oh, you won't believe how much. It's 10,000. 10,000, you would be enough.
10,000. What's currency?
Like won.
10,000 won.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's like $7.
It's just that they're desperate for money.
But that's
It's-
not that much.
Like it proves that they're desperate for money.
Oh, so they take anything.
Yes.
Okay.
They take anything.
That's
5,000,
crazy.
they would take.
5,000. Okay.
Exactly. It's crazy. It depends on like, but sometimes they would go like 50,000. Give us 50,000, or you're not gonna go.
Okay, but considering the alternative is 2 years of jail, that seems like nothing.
That's why we brought like we were like it was like
Take my money.
we
Yeah.
didn't give the money.
Mhm.
Even though we didn't give the money, we were just like, oh, we're so sorry. And then we were 4 girls, and they were all guys, so we were like more like, let us go. And then
Mhm.
yeah, it was crazy.
Do you think if it were like with a bunch of guys,
I
in the
think they
military
would
came?
take them away.
Really?
It's very much of like girls' privilege too.
Yeah. Okay.
That was crazy. It was a crazy story. I thought I died. I thought I would never see my parents, and I was like shaking. I was
Yeah.
like, what do I do? Like, and then
Yeah.
we calmed down and we tried to talk to them,
Mhm.
and then we just told them it was just a trend. But then I was protesting for like a week. No, not a week, a month.
Damn.
I was protesting for a month. I was like, I'm not gonna let this happen. And then my father like grounded me for that.
Okay, but I mean, then I admire your bravery to still go protest when you know you might go to jail for that long.
They shoot like
They
actually shoot
at
in the
people?
streets.
But are we talking like real bullets or
Real
like
bullets.
Damn. Okay.
Like many people died. Like for example, there was this one time. There was this one girl. She was like protesting, and then she was leading the group. She was barely our age, like 20, 21.
Okay.
And then she was protesting, and then they shot right in her head. Sniper shot. Done.
Damn. Just like that.
just like that.
Fuck.
We still exactly.
But I mean, how did you find the confidence to even go there? I mean, isn't there going to be a ton of military then?
They are. We ran.
Okay, and you just run.
Just ran.
just run
Because
away.
like thing is, it's really unfair. Like the
Mhm.
more that people die, the more we want to go protest.
Mhm.
Because we do not like endure people dying on the street just because they want to like speak out what their rights.
Yeah.
That's why we go.
Okay.
And the more that they started shooting, my dad was like, "No, you ain't going out.
Yeah.
You ain't going nowhere." I'm like, and the first time he said that, I went out for 4 more days. But it went really bad.
You are
Once
wild.
I was on a point of the bullet point, I was like, they were like staring at me. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, from there on, I was really scared and I stopped going.
Okay. Crazy, but how long ago was that?
It still go on until like, it's even after I stopped protesting, there were so many brave people out there protesting for at least like a year more.
Okay.
After that starts happening, even though knowing that a lot of people are dying.
So that was like 2021?
2021 to 2022-ish. And it's still going
So
on
even
right
during
now.
COVID?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was during COVID.
Okay.
And then people are like, fuck COVID.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna tolerate anything.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
yeah.
So speaking of COVID, how was it in Myanmar? Were there even lockdowns considering even protests happened?
There was a lockdown
Mhm.
until that happened.
Okay.
So people were like, there was a lockdown, but then I feel like that cool thing took over the COVID.
Okay.
So since people were more enraged by the cool thing,
Yeah.
they didn't like. They were like COVID. You die with
the protests.
Yeah, no, with COVID you die with a disease.
Uh-huh.
If you go protesting, at least you fought for your country.
Yeah. Okay. That's crazy.
So like they stopped caring about the disease, like the COVID, and then they went out. We still went out.